Hey kids, we're back. I've been trying to start streaming. So you're watching Guitar Quackery live. This is the one and only live streaming guitar repair channel, and I've been trying to start this live stream for the past, I don't know, long time, and text messages just keep coming in. So I have 0 audiences right now. And look, another message. So, but I need to send first a link to this live stream to the customer, so he can log on, like this. That's going out, and I'm going to reply to the other text messages here, and okay, I just sent one word. The word is correct, and it's a reply to 2 messages. And look, he's typing another message now. Okay, it's a customer that picked up a guitar yesterday. It's the Eric Clapton Eric Clapton model. Okay, I did have it on this channel. There's a playlist of the live streams, so you can check that out. He picked up the guitar yesterday. Now we have this guitar back on the bench now. Was here yesterday on the bench. I had this guitar in the shop for about a year. Just one of those. Sorry, I was eating nuts. So here it is. Removed the bridge. I made a new bridge. I don't have it here right now because I need to do some drilling, for the holes. But because we do want to finish the guitar soon, before the end of this month, I am going to do some fret dressing on this guitar. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay? And we have Dr. Williams is scheduled to be here at 6. Okay, so that's less than an hour. So I better hurry with this. Oof. All this dust coming out. And I keep getting text messages. I know you don't hear the beeps, but yeah, okay. So here I'm just removing some of the cheese from it's not too bad, from the fingerboard, and also it removes some of the oxides from the frets. Here, so that's kind of like always, or most of the times, my first step. And I can see dust coming off, and the dust is coming from the frets, I believe. Because the frets are basically brass. And as you know, if you have a candlestick, you polish it up, buff it, it looks nice. You just leave it on a shelf for a year or so. You don't touch it. You come back in a year, it's going to have, well, it's not going to look shiny anymore. So it's basically going to have a layer of oxides. Okay, and same with frets. Frets are basically just brass with nickel mixed in. So same thing happens when you don't touch the guitar. So we need to remove all that first. I'm just using a wire brush soft brass. Sometimes I wonder if I should be wearing a mask when I'm doing this, because I guess I must be inhaling some of it. There wasn't too much cheese, but I did see a little bit. Okay, looks better. Okay, next thing, so we're not going to do a level crown and polish. I don't believe we will. You know what, let me check the work order. Bear with me. No. It's not going to go on the neck jig for level crown and polish. So, first thing, we want to check the frets. I obviously checked when the guitar was dropped off, but like I said, that was like about a year ago. So, let's just go over all of the frets with a fret rocker. Okay, good. That's good so far. A tiny little bit here. So now, is the fret kisser going to hit it? We don't have a radius on this fingerboard, so even if I do it at an angle, sometimes the fret kisser doesn't really hit it, right? Because it's physically impossible for these three surfaces to be exactly matched. Okay, that's good. Look at that. That's actually very good. Now, the fret rocker and the fret kisser are going to just service one fret at a time, right? Next thing that I want to do is I'm going to take a short sanding beam, which I have right here. Now this one is about 9 inches in length, I guess. Let's measure, because I know people might be asking. So why don't I take a measurement? Yeah, 9 inches. It would be good if I had a shorter one, which I do. But it currently has a coarser grit. But the thing is that it's been used a lot, so now it became a finer grit. So I think I should use this first. That's a 7-inch. So that's the Music Nomad. It came with a 240 P240 grit, but it's been used a lot. So now it's maybe like more like a 400 grit. And you know, I can do just like that a few frets. And even if the fret kisser or the fret rocker did not pick up any discrepancies, it just kind of, you know, evens out everything. Because the fret rocker cannot pick up everything, right? It can only pick up some of the high frets or spots, but it cannot identify low spots at all, right? So if there are any low spots, we're basically lowering the adjacent frets down to that low spot. And I'm just looking at the reflections of the frets. Just to see if maybe I did level off something. You can clearly see that I'm going in this direction, right? Yeah, I think we're good. All right, so that's that. And I will finish off with this. I do have 2 grits on this. This is the finer one, so I'll start with this one. And yeah, I mean, this sandpaper has been used so much on quite a few guitars. See, I need to make sure that I have a little bit of a back bow on this neck. I forgot to check that. And now I could see that this 9-inch beam was not hitting the frets the way I wanted to. So let's tighten the truss rod a bit. I forgot. Oh yeah, it's completely loose. It's a weird guitar. It's a solid body, nylon string guitar. So Gibson made a model, and Epiphone made the, cheaper version. It's a Chet Atkins model. Solid body, nylon string guitar. Electric. It's not really an electric acoustic guitar. A little more. We want a little bit of a back bow. That's better. We're not doing really a level crown and polish. I'm just doing what I call dressing. So I did not invent the term fret dressing. It's just what I would call fret dressing. Okay, and now with this side here. So that's the finest grit. So I learned from experience that it's a good idea to spend a little more time, prepping things, because once you have the strings on and you finish the job, if you have issues, then you say, I wish I had checked, or I wish I had done this or that. So I learned from past mistakes, and I prefer to just charge for a premium service that includes all that. Because I used to do like what a lot of people do, right? Like a standard service, premium service kind of deal. And, I don't want to do that anymore. So we didn't really flatten the frets in any significant way. So we don't need to recrown anything. And like I said, we are not doing a level crown and polish. So I'm going to start using sandpaper and polishing pads. But first, we need to tape off the nut and the soundboard. If this is even called a soundboard, since it's not an acoustic guitar. So the top. The nut seems to be high. I'm not sure how much. So the guitar didn't come to me with strings on. It had a broken bridge. So I never saw the guitar with this guitar with the strings on. So that's that. And let's just take a scrap piece of paper. I'm just going to mask off this area. Oh, so it's got the whatever. That doesn't make a difference. Something like that. I guess if I really want to be picky about it, I can do this kind of curved thing. Okay. So now I'll just put some tape. So that's that. Now we can start sanding. It's gonna hold, yeah. So I'll start with I don't know. I guess I could start. I guess with 400 or 600 grit. But yeah, let's put a glove on. I think I might finish this guitar on Saturday. Let's see how it goes between this guitar and the other projects that I'm also working on. And like I said, Dr. Williams will be here at 6, so in about 35 or 40 minutes. And we are going to do a bridge reglue on that acoustic guitar that she's working on. So I don't know if you've been following that. She's a guitar pathologist. That's serious business. And that guitar had been donated to science, a guitar cadaver. So first time she was here, she rolled in the guitar in a body bag, and we unzipped it. We placed it here on the dissection table, examined it, and yeah, she's doing all the work. I'm just providing the space and the live stream. That's the playlist that's called, I don't know, you got to check it out. Something, Guitar Cadaver, something like that. Okay. That's already looking good. Better than before. This fingerboard is really dry. It's going to require some oiling, which we'll do next time. All right. I don't know if you are following this playlist, but I actually had to make a new bridge. I made it out of poplar. I explained in the previous live stream why poplar. Sorry, I'm looking for the right grit. That's 800. And do I have another one of 800 grit? Okay, maybe. But let's see if I can just use one. Okay. And next, 1000 grit. Which I believe is this here. Yeah. And once I'm done with the sandpaper, I'm going to switch over to the polishing micro mesh polishing pads, which go from 1500 grit all the way to 12,000 grit. So that's really fine grit. And then we'll do the buffing with a buffing wheel. Okay, so I'm done with the sandpaper. I wonder what scale length this guitar is. Why don't we measure it? Because I do have fret shields. And if by any miracle, so that's a 25.5 inch. That's what I was hoping for. So we're gonna have to check out the Fender scale length fret shield. If it fits, which I think it will, it's gonna make our buffing go faster. But before we do the buffing, we do the polishing with the polishing pads, which I keep in a box right here. Believe it or not, I'm still doing my taxes. Even a small company like this, paperwork. I'm almost done. I need to finish my sales tax paperwork before March 20th. So sales tax is the tax that I collect for the government. And they make me do all the paperwork. That's it, we're tax collectors for the government. So, a lot of people actually don't understand how sales tax actually works. The end user pays sales tax. Okay? So let's say if I want to sell this to an end user, I need to collect the sales tax from the end user, okay? My customer in that case. Obviously, I'm not in the business of selling this, but I'm just using this as an example. But I'm not the manufacturer of this either. So I buy it, let's say, from a distributor, and the distributor bought it from the manufacturer. So in that chain, no one pays sales tax, only the end user. Now, the sales tax isn't paid to me. It's collected by me, paid to the government. So I need to collect it, I need to keep track of everything, and then give the government their share of the money, which is that sales tax. So I heard sometimes some business owners complain about, oh, I'm not paying them tax. So they collect the sales tax and they say, I don't want to pay them the sales. Well, you're not paying them. You were just the collector of that tax. And now you are just transferring that money from your account to the government's account. But technically, the customer paid the sales tax. Now, in the United States, I don't know, some people watch these live streams from other countries, right? So in the United States, the sales tax usually is not listed on the price tag of an item. So let's say if this costs $10, it's actually $10 plus tax. So here in New York City, the sales tax is 8.875%. In some other states, I think some states don't have sales tax, I believe. And in some states, it could be as low as 4 or 5%. I'm not really sure. So, so let's say that this costs $10, right? And let's say the sales tax is 5%. So now that's going to be $10.50. But the price tag is either going to say $10 or $10 plus tax. And then once you bring it to the cash register just adds the sales tax. Now, I don't have a cash register. I have one of those things. This thing. So that is programmed. I have to, program it so that it adds the 8.875% sales tax when people pay for the services or for the items that I sell, such as strings or sometimes parts that go on the guitar. So now, I don't need to collect sales tax for all services. For example, consultations are not subject to sales tax. So I actually have a system that so I have a price, like a final price that people are going to pay, but it's itemized. So the consultation, which is part of the whole price, isn't subject to sales tax. So the consultation fee is paid when the guitar is brought to me, because I need to look at the guitar and I need to advise the customer about what services will be needed to get the guitar to where it needs to be, right? So let's say if I was doing this the other way around, just like you can just bring a guitar for a setup. Okay, so there's a fee for the setup. All of it is subject to sales tax. So now the customer at the end pays the sales tax for the whole service, right? But I don't work that way, right? So I have first a consultation with the customer, and then we discuss the service. And in some cases, it doesn't happen often, but it does happen. People don't want to do a service, in which case they just owe me the consultation fee. So the consultation fee isn't subject to sales tax. So my little thing here automatically adds the sales tax, but I have the option to remove the sales tax if they're paying for a consultation. But they don't pay for the consultation when they're here. They actually pay it online when they book the appointment. So online, they choose which service they want in terms of which type of consultation, really. That's what it boils down to. Because it could be an in-person consultation. I have like 3 levels of it. 15-minute, half hour, 1 hour, right? And in my very brief text message exchange with the customer, I get a rough idea about how much time I'm going to need to spend just looking at the guitar. And I tell them either, oh, just book the 15-minute in-person consultation, or the half hour, or the 1 hour, whatever. So now that's going to be part of the entire service fee at the end. Okay, this is good now. I mean, we're not finished. We need to do some buffing. Where was I? Consultation, yeah. Something else I wanted to say. Oh, yeah. In some cases, let's say they book a half hour, it turns out to be more, an hour. Then I will charge them that difference while they're here as part of the not subject to sales tax, part of the whole package, right? So either it's going to be charged and they leave, and take their guitar, but they got a consultation, right? Or they leave the guitar here. Dr. Williams just texted me that she's here. Oh, you're here? Yeah, cool. Oh, you're a bit early. Okay, no problem. So why don't I, I can wrap it up now. And yeah, have a seat then. Yeah, cool. Friends, I need to go because Dr. Williams is here, and we're going to work on the other guitar. But this is a good point to take a break. So next time this guitar is on the bench, it might be in a few hours from now, like 2 or 3 hours from now, I will buff the frets, okay? So we're good. And we can continue this whole conversation about sales tax if you think it's interesting. Oh. So, Dr. Fictionado says, first, welcome everybody, says that the salesperson collecting the sales tax is basically working for free for the government. While they're collecting that tax for the government is not compensating them for the collecting of the tax. Maybe. Or maybe I mean, yeah, I know what you're saying. Trust me, I know what you're saying. But I'm just wondering if there's some kind of interpretation of this whole like working for the government that could be interpreted as we're not really working for free because I don't know. There might be a convoluted explanation that kind of explains very convincingly how we don't work for free for the government. So, Dr. Jeffrey says, don't mess with Uncle Sam's money. Is Uncle Sam is federal, right? Or is Uncle Sam also local? Because the sales tax is local, right? And I'm not sure if that's Uncle Sam. Okay. That's why we should just label all the items as edible items so they're not taxed. Yeah. Or I could do a consultation with my Fred file. I don't know. But just like Dr. Jeffrey said, don't mess with Uncle Sam's money. So, like a coconut oil, for example, is not taxed in most states because it is considered food. Yeah, but you see, I am actually here cheating, right? Because I'm not eating it. I'm not consuming it. I'm actually using it to polish, to oil a fretboard. I might be in trouble here because I bought it at the food store as food. I didn't pay sales tax. You know what? It's never too late. Where's my wallet? I can send them some money. Just, so I can sleep at night. Who is uncle of the state? I don't know. I do not know. Yeah. Okay, my friends. So, like I said, Dr. Williams is here. So we need to get ready. Put the other guitar on the bench. For now, hello and goodbye. And I'll see you soon. Bye.